It is time to head down the street to 2060 Main Street West. It's time for Pet of the Week. This Thursday, we feature an orange tabby named Gabriel that needs some extra attention and a loving home.
We're in a different room, different area of the shelter here, and we wanted to introduce Gabriel. So he is a young adult cat, as you can see, pretty grouchy, and we wanted to feature him this week to just kind of introduce people to what goes on behind closed doors and the harder to adopt cats that we have here.
What makes Gabriel a difficult case?
So as you can see, he's pretty grouchy. So for me to reach up and kind of put my hand close, you can kind of see he's just a little bit nervous, a little bit timid, and a little bit scared. And that really limits how we can handle him, work with him, and obviously the home that is willing to accept him. So he came to us from the Sturgeon Falls area and has been dead set against being our friend right from the get-go. So we've been working with him. We've got a lot of confident staff members that are really kind of trying to engage with him, but work with him on his own schedule as well.
Speaking of his own schedule, this is not something you'd want to force because it could be dangerous and very stressful for the cat.
Definitely. So if anybody sees the Pet of the Week videos, usually I'm hands-on, I'm bright, I'm alert, I'm with them. But right now, I'm going to give him as much space as he can handle. So every once in a while, we want to just kind of let him know that we're here, but we don't want to push him too much to the point where he's going to have to retaliate. So we come in, we clean them in the morning, socialize with him, but then we also give him downtime so that he's not overly stressed and overly anxious. He's very clean in his kennel. As you can see, he's using his litter box currently right now as a little bit of a hideout, but he's very clean. He loves his treats. So definitely the potential to go into a home, it's just going to be time consuming.
How long would the process take to try to break down those feral walls?
Depending on the person's confidence level. So there's a lot of staff members here that we are building up our confidence level working with the feral cats. So if you're able to go in and kind of gauge what the cat is able to handle and what we're able to confidently deal with. So I wouldn't want to reach in and then hesitate and back and forth and back and forth. So if I'm going to reach in, I obviously need to know that his ears are up. He's kind of receptive to it. But then if I reach in, you can kind of see his ears go down a little bit and he might hiss and turn. So he wants to see where I'm at all times. With our confidence level here, again, with the staff and the training that we have, just again gauging what the animal can handle and every day pushing it just a little bit farther.
Was he born like this, or was there a traumatic experience that brought him to this current state?
It's definitely hard to say, so we don't know his back history. So again, he was just found as a stray, so it's a little bit tricky to say what's gone on, what he's gone through. But I anticipate he's kind of been out and about for a while. So maybe living on the streets, kind of fighting and clawing for everything that he has. Also, no socialization. So he doesn't understand what petting, cuddling, purring, that sort of thing is. But we're going to introduce him to that soon.
I'm thinking a farmhouse with a hay barn with lots of cows and maybe some pigs that this cat can kind of make its own little nest wherever it wants. Is that fair to say?
Definitely. So the ferals are, or semi-ferals are one of the ones that are very, very tricky to adopt. But the barn settings are really important for them to kind of just do their own thing, not to be forced to cuddle or forced to sit with people or forced to interact. But for him in particular, he might really thrive in that environment.
Now, we are masked, but that's okay. Any idea of when the doors will open and the masks will come off our faces?
Hopefully soon. I know that everybody's being really patient with us here, so we're trying to get things up and running. The adoption center's hopefully underway this year as well, so there's a lot of big changes, so we're hopefully going to have an answer for everybody soon.
If somebody's interested in Gabriel, what should they do?
Definitely give us a call at the shelter. So again, it's a really tricky adoption and there's a lot of information that go behind it, so we really want people to be informed. Give us a call if they have any questions.